Tuesday. Time for the Veterans Connection on WHTL.
Listen up, you filthy maggots! It's time for the Veterans Connection on WHTL.
Sir, yes, sir.
I can't hear you.
Sir, yes, sir.
Attention! You serve your country. You made the sacrifice. The Veterans Connection is here to help. So fall in line, dirtbags.
Sir, yes, sir.
What's that? I can't hear you.
Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Now pay attention. The Veterans Connection is brought to you by the Trempealeau County Council of the American Legion, International Ingredients, Reedy Concrete and Construction, Fireworks over Blair, Mondovi Insurance Agency. Now listen up. The Veterans Connection starts right now.
Final Tuesday of the month, and I get to welcome Hunter Rudnick into the studio, Veteran Service Officer for Jackson County. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Just dandy. Can't believe it's already the end of February.
Oh, I know. Isn't that amazing? It seems like not that long ago was the 1st of January.
I know. And a week ago, we didn't have any snow around here.
Yeah, well, Mother Nature can't figure it out. You know, the one thing about it, though, if you get through January, things tend to start getting a little bit better.
Right.
But it is high school playoff time, which means that boys and girls are going to be playing, having high school basketball playoffs now in March. That always means snow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the state wrestling tournament's this weekend, too, down in Madison.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll get snow.
Right on.
It's inevitable sometime. You've got a couple of things that are pretty pressing at the moment in regard to the VA.
Yeah, so the main thing that I wanted to talk about today is, kind of the elephant in the room, the VA interim final rule that got pushed out last Tuesday, a week ago today. I've been getting a lot of phone calls on it, and I just kind of wanted to go over what it was and then what happened at this point with it. So the VA pushed out without telling anyone. They didn't tell any of the veteran service officers. We had no idea that it was coming. So I got a couple phone calls right away Tuesday morning, and I was like, what are you talking about? I have no idea. So I had to start doing some research right away. And there's been a lot of discussions within the County Veteran Service Officer Association about it.
Right.
But what essentially what it was, they put out a rule, and they framed it as a clarification of a rule, so they didn't have to push it through Congress. They kind of circumvented the normal way of doing things, saying that if you have a service-connected disability that is improved by medication, it is supposed to be rated at the improved state. Their key word was, what's the actual functional impact of that service-connected disability?
Right.
So say you had a knee condition that was rated at 40%, but you're taking medication for it, and while medicated, that knee would have been rated at 20%, they could reduce it to 20%. Obviously, that caused a lot of... there was a lot of panic and frustration and anger that followed that, because they didn't go through the proper channels. And I got, like I said, got a bunch of phone calls, and I did a lot of reading, and I'm not a lawyer, so I was trying to, decipher what this was. Right. And we actually have a couple of lawyers that are in the association, so we got it to them, and we're like, hey, what does this mean? So we were trying to figure out how we were going to respond to these questions, and then after it was like 36 hours, the secretary of the VA put out that they were suspending the rule because of all the backlash that they got pretty much instantly. That being said, so it went into effect last Tuesday. The date that people can send comments to the VA, this is important, and I would encourage people to do so, that we have until, I'm just trying to find the date here, because, like I said, this is important. Comments must be received before April 20th, 2026. So they have a 60-day comment period. People can send letters to the VA replying to what they think about this rule. That's important. That's what got the rule suspended in the first place within 36 hours. They got enough comments in the first 36 hours to suspend it. Just because it's suspended now doesn't mean people should stop sending comments.
Right.
The other thing that I have encouraged people to do, I say it in my office all the time, don't kill the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I have nothing to do with it.
Don't be mean to Hunter. It's not his fault.
Right. Don't be mean to me. Don't be mean to Felicia, Wade. Leave us alone, Don't leave us alone. You can come ask us questions, obviously, but it has nothing to do with us. We didn't make these decisions. But what I have encouraged people to do is reach out to their congressman.
Right.
And voice your concerns with this stuff, because they're the people that can do something about it.
Wouldn't this create an unintended consequence in the fact that, let's say you're rated at 40%, but with meds they knock you down to, wouldn't you just stop taking your meds?
That's the exact thing that all of us said. Yep. And we don't want that to happen. There's an example out there right now that's already being rated like this, and it's hypertension, high blood pressure.
Right.
And I hear it all the time in my office. Well, should I just stop taking my meds before that appointment? No, absolutely do not do that. That's going to cause other issues.
Yeah.
And that was what I said right away when I saw it, is like, man, if I have someone with ischemic heart disease or kidney failure, and the meds are making it better, they're going to not take their meds, and that can end up, with some pretty harsh consequences.
Could end up killing you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a big deal. Like I said, reach out to your congressman about it.
Right.
Use the comment period. It's the website that you can comment on. Let's just see here. www.regulations.gov, and you can, if you just search VA interim final rule, it'll pop up the federalregister.gov, and you can click on that, and there's a link in there where you can comment. Like I said, it's a big deal. The thing that kind of frustrated me a little bit was they tried to frame it as, this is just a clarification of an existing rule, so we don't have to put it through Congress. We don't have to get it voted on. And that was, I think they quickly realized that was the wrong answer. Because, within 36 hours for them to come out and say, hey, we are pausing this. And they tried to say that, this is how we're already doing it. We just wanted to get it in writing. It's like, well, that's not how it should be done, because that's not how it was in writing.
Yeah.
There was all sorts of issues with it.
Yeah.
People were understandably panicked right away. What is this? The other big example that people were using was sleep apnea. If I'm using a CPAP machine and it makes my sleep apnea better, then am I going to be rated at 0% for sleep apnea?
Right.
But the thing that doesn't get calculated in there is, the life impact, maybe the functional impact. Okay, I'm taking medications, I feel better, but what else do those medications do? There's all sorts of unintended consequences here. For
exactly. So the best advice: don't panic. Contact your congressperson and let it all play out.
Yep. Like I said, it's until April 20th. They have open comment, and I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I assume that something's going to have to change here, because they didn't get away with sneaking it in there like they thought they were going to. So, contact your congressman. If you have questions about it, you can feel free to reach out to me or Felicia or Wade or Joe. We'll try to explain it the best we can, and we can get you the contact information for who you need to reach out to that has a little bit of skin, not skin in the game. We all got skin in the game,
a little bit of clout
to make some stuff happen. So
and don't kill the messenger.
Right. Don't kill the messenger. I try to tell people that all the time. Like, man, I don't have anything to do with the decision that's made. I'm here to help you. A lot of people, I know we've talked about it here before, a lot of people think that we work for the VA. It's like, no, I'm not a VA employee. I work for Jackson County. Felicia's not a VA employee. She works for Buffalo County. Wade and Joe work for Trempealeau County. So
Yeah, and you've got one other issue you wanted to talk about too.
Yeah, the one other thing I wanted to just remind everybody of. Every year, the VA sends they call it the tax abatement letter. It's essentially an explanation of benefits. It shows what your percentage is and what your monthly disability payment is. Some people need those for energy assistance paperwork or food share.
Sure.
It just shows it's a proof of income kind of deal.
Right.
Those have been sent out for the most part. If you haven't received it already, which I think most people have, you should be getting it within the next week or two.
All right.
Then you'll have that. And if, like I said, if you need it for energy assistance to take to your county's Aging and Disability Resource Center to file for that kind of stuff,
Right.
that should be coming within the next week or two. If you haven't received it, you can reach out to me or Wade or Felicia, and we should be able to get into your file and pull it out of there and send it to you.
All right, excellent. So there you go. There's always more than one way to get the information
Yep.
you need.
Absolutely.
Good. Well, good information, and yeah, definitely. You know, if it is an issue that you're worried about, reach out to your congresspeople. Let them know you've got until April to do that, and you know, voices can make a difference.
Absolutely. Yep. 100%. I know one other thing about that, the VFW, the American Legion, I know we've talked about that in here before too. That's why it's important for people to join those associations, because they were one of the first people to issue a statement on it. It was within 24 hours. The VFW had a statement out there about it. Disabled American Veterans had a statement about it. American Legion had a statement put out. And they're the ones that are going to do a lot of the fighting. So that's why stuff like that is important.
Absolutely.
To be a member and, you know, pay your dues and be involved in that kind of stuff too.
Good advice. And if people want to reach you, what's the best way to do that, Hunter?
Yeah, give me a call at my office, 715-284-0225. That'll get you to Brenda Schultz, my benefits specialist. If we don't answer, leave a message. I don't go through calling all the missed calls unless there's a voicemail. And when you leave a voicemail, make sure you leave a phone number. We've had that a couple times in the last couple weeks. People leave a message and I don't have a phone number to call back. So
there you go. Now you know. Always leave a phone number or else it's hard.
Yep, absolutely.
Hunter, good to see you. Thanks.
Absolutely.
See you next month.
I'll be here.
All right. Hunter Rudnick, Veteran Service Officer with Jackson County. Want to thank American Legion, the Council of the American Legion here in Trempealeau County, International Ingredient Corporation, Reedy Concrete Construction, Fireworks over Blair, and the Mondovi Insurance Agency, bringing you Veterans Connection every Tuesday during Middays with Mark.
We are the American Legion family. This includes the American Legion Auxiliary, the Sons of the American Legion, and the Legion Riders. If you are a veteran, a spouse of a veteran, a child of a veteran, or your grandparents have